All right, I'm going live. Here we go, guys. It's Friday night. We're going to get it lit up. You ready? Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back. Ain't nothing that's country boy can me kite hack. Early to rise, early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife. I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, city folks driving in a black limousine. A lot of sane people say that's a mighty scene. Folks, let me tell you now exactly what I mean. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine life. I get me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. What's going on, guys? Man, I see you guys are all starting up in the chat. And Dave, I saw that intro you gave me. Brother, that got me going, man. I don't know if I can live up to that intro that you gave me. That's pretty awesome. See Nick on here and Glenn. Who else is on here? Lorna, TG, and TG. I wanted to make sure to thank you. TG joined the club. She got the little house by the name there. TG, good to see you. See who else there. Scrolling down a little bit. You guys are lighting it up. Soul Preps Now, CB, hi. And they got Joy on here. Mouse, good to see you, Mouse. He started whistling along, man. I tell you what, that's a catchy song. I saw it on TV a little bit ago, and it just started humming in my mind. And I'm like, all right, well, if we're going to have to sing it, it brings back them childhood memories, right? It's one way to get it started. Yeah, no singing until 10,000 subscribers. Yeah. All right, Glenn, you got a serious question? Okay, Glenn's got a serious question. And I'm going to try to be serious. I promise. I'm a little wound up this evening. But that's all right. Yeah, John Denver sang that. So, while we're waiting for Glenn's question, I've been pulling out the Diet Cherry Pepsi. I'm savoring these. I bought 4 packs of these and have not been able to find them again. They're gone. I should have bought the whole shelf. So that was my fault. I was thinking that, okay, Walmart's going to start carrying them, and it was a one-time shot. They have not had them back since, that one 2 weeks ago. Soul Preps Now, totally grew up with him in Alabama, really? Wow. So Glenn, all right, Glenn, see, we're in suspense. So while we're waiting for Glenn, if y'all haven't already, hit the thumbs up button. A lot of you already have. It looks like we've already got 19, so I appreciate that. That's a good start, kickoff to the evening. And if anybody that's new that's jumping on here, hey, go ahead and subscribe. Hey, Susie, CR, Courtney Anderson from Southern Oregon. Welcome. It's there just above. Oh, did I miss it?
I don't see it.
There, hold on. Sometimes a drink of Diet Pepsi clears things up. All right, Glenn, hold on. I'm looking. All I see, Glenn, is you said, Jerry, I have a serious question. Keep going up? Oh, it's up further. Okay. That's why I have my better half assisting me. Oh. At Lorna. Nope, further up. Still going. I don't see it. You want to read it for us, Joy?
Let's see.
Yeah, Frugal Living, good to see you. And out west, I never really drank Diet Coke until the pandemic. I always drank regular. Now I'm into both Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi. Now I can drink Diet Cokes like at the restaurants and fountain. I like the fountain drinks of Diet Coke. So I like fountain drinks, Diet Pepsis, but I'm not a big fan of like the canned or the bottled Diet Coke as much. But the fountain Diet Cokes, that's where it's at. So I could do that in the fountain drinks. Those things can be pretty addicting too.
He's asking somebody asked about a dehydrator, and then Glenn Anderson said what brand I'm about to add Thrive to my pantry.
What brand of a dehydrator?
That's all I really see.
Yeah, Glenn, if you want, re-ask the question. I see you said, TG, what brand? I'm about to add Thrive to my pantry. I see that. So, Glenn, you might have to re-ask the question on there and bold that sucker up. I think he was asking about the dehydrators. You all were talking about dehydrators.
And Thrive, I don't know.
So, if y'all, whoever was talking about that. Yeah, looking for some land. Yeah, Soul Preps now. I was doing the same thing. I live just outside of Nashville here in Tennessee for those that are kind of still learning. Okay, yeah, Dave said he's looking for the dehydrator brand. Thank you, Dave. So, yeah, I guess I distracted you all off your conversation when I came on. Sorry, Glenn. Yeah, we're getting there, man. Sometimes it takes us a while, but we make it to the finish line, you know? So we'll get there. Yeah, we were looking for land too before we bought the house that we're in now this past fall. And, yeah, land's hard to come by unless you're like Dave and you go out into the middle of nowhere, you know, then you can find some land. But no, I mean, people are buying it up. It's really just like house prices right now, land prices are going up, and it's being gobbled up. So somebody uses an Excalibur. Oh, that's Dave. Excalibur dehydrator. Kayla, what's up? So just got to go into the academy with no mask. First store in over a year. Bought a butane canister for extra cooking fuel. Nice. Yeah, here where I'm at in Tennessee, just about everywhere now there's no mask required. Now some people still wear them. It's a choice, and that's fine. But there's not that. Excuse me, sir. You have to have a mask. I don't get that anymore. So that's kind of nice. I enjoy that. I work out at the YMCA. Not even the employees are wearing a mask anymore. So yeah, it's kind of nice seeing people's faces again, being able to see their smiles or their frowns if they're angry. So yeah, I'm trying to catch up here just to make sure. Cindy Rice said, I bought Thrive and I love it. Also have a Casserie dehydrator, smaller but silent. Okay, cool.
Is Thrive a brand? Dehydrator?
She goes, I mean, psych it. Darn, silent. Which one?
Is Thrive a brand?
Yeah, it's a brand.
Okay.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, that's a good question, Lorna. For a dehydrator, do you see a change when you're using it for like electricity? Does it use a lot? I guess, is that considered like a small appliance type thing? TG said, yep, Thrive. Yep, it's a brand. So, Glenn, I hope this is helping, buddy. Still in lockdown in Ontario. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sonia. Wow. Yeah. So, thanks for the update on that. Yeah, I hate to hear that for you guys. Man, yeah, it seems like a while ago now. I mean, back when we had a lockdown. I mean, I know it was last year, but now it's starting to seem like that was ages ago. At least for me anyway. Time just keeps flying. So, yeah, I hate to hear that you guys are still dealing with that. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jenny. Yeah, Florida, beast mode in Florida. Yeah, they've been you guys have been trucking down there. I have family down there. Ohio. Yeah, Nick. Mask free in Ohio as of June 2nd. Oh, June 2nd. Okay, nice. So that's coming up. So congratulations on that. So that helps. It's just so much, man. I tell you what, just going back and being able to see people face to face, it's just like that human interaction, just being able to read people and to sense people and it's part of that connection, in my opinion, of connecting with people and understanding them and reading them. And you're missing out on a lot when everybody's wearing masks. You just don't get that same interaction. So you order through a distributor. Homestead Corner has another channel on YouTube, and knows she is a distributor. It's high quality, so you have to go through distributors to get those, I guess. And so Frugal Living said, I'm half
vaccinated.
Oh, vaccinated, so I can wear half mask over my face. Yeah, you still have to wear half a mask. I'm sorry. Yep. It'd be like me doing YouTube videos and always wearing a mask, and just that's all you see, Hey guys, how's the prep? Maybe, okay, thank you. My wife just said that might be not a bad thing. That's an upgrade. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate that. Yep. Pennsylvania will go maskless June 28th. Okay, you guys, that's right around the corner. It'll be here quick. And see, Mouse, my husband and I are identifying as jabbed. Okay. Let's see, scrolling down here. Kayla says, I want to go inside my son's school. Parents weren't allowed all year, and it was his kindergarten year. Okay, thankfully, his teacher did all she could to video chat with us. Yeah, that's been like that a lot. And I work in a Christian school environment, and we have our own kind of set of rules. My wife works in the public school system, and she said, yeah, same thing there. Parents were not allowed in the school. They still had restrictions and things, rules that they had to follow still.
Political.
It's political. A lot of just political, she said. And that's what I was talking to her about, some stuff about different corporations and companies and why they do what they do and why they make the rules and the mandates that they do. And I said, well, for a lot of people, it's about money, and they don't want to be that one, right? They don't want to be that place. So that's why they make they go the extra mile on making all the extra rules and the mandates. It is political. It's money. It's politics. Nick said it was on Fox News that the CDC admitted in not wearing proper PPE today. So it's all over the board. But I think that as long as things continue the way they are, we're starting to move in the right direction of what I think is the right direction for, let's move, let's live our life. Let's go on. Let's go. So, and it's like I said, if you have issues and you have to protect yourself, then please do. I never judge anybody who's protecting themselves and feel like they need to protect themselves for anything, for any reason. I don't think. Speaking of protecting yourself, my wife informed me they had a lockdown in their school today, and that kind of sparked her researching some things. And come to find out, there's a guy who's been in jail for like 9 years, and he got to be on like a little furlough thing for a family member's death or something like that, a funeral and something. Well, anyway, he escaped. He was in a little town right next to our town, and they said that they suspect him being in our town, a runaway. So he's probably outside my house roaming around. So if I have to step away and you hear some loud noises, don't be alarmed. It'd just be me patrolling the perimeter. Okay. Now those extra floodlights that I got, those motion sensor floodlights start going off, I'll know somebody's out there. So speaking of that, I appreciate some of you started making me think about Amazon. A lot of you guys shop through my links, even though you don't have to buy what is on my links, but you just do your normal shopping. A lot of you guys do that faithfully, and it adds a few extra bucks over to House of Prep, and it supports the channel, and I appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. And some of you guys, since I've been doing that's been faithful and doing that every week whenever you make an order. And it doesn't matter what you order. And I appreciate you just going through my link and just doing your normal shopping. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. So that's been our small excitement today. I want a Diet Pepsi. Yeah, I still got mine. Yeah, grab. Dave said, grab the street sweeper. Yeah. So we'll be keeping a lookout. That's for sure. He'll be coming up trying to raid my vegetables because he's hungry. Trying to catch up here. Let me scroll up here. I just want to make sure no one's asked me a specific question. Oh, there's Joy. I see her. She's always trying to be so careful not to show up in the video. We almost got a whole facial shot. So another channel put out a video, Homestead Corner, that people were honing in on people who prep and where they live. So when SHTF, they will know where to find food. Scary. Thank you, Jenny, for putting that. Huh. So another channel put out a video, okay, that people were honing in on people who prep and where they live. So, okay. Yeah, so, yeah, you got to be careful who around you knows. And, you know, to a certain extent, I mean, I'm careful. And I know people will tell me, hey, you know, don't show all your preps, don't show. And so I try to be careful to a certain extent. But I am doing a YouTube channel that I'm sharing things, and I'm kind of opening myself up. And I know that there's always that small sense of risk. I mean, I have an email. I mean, you know, people know my name. So, I mean, I know that I've kind of put myself out there a little bit, but, you know, I don't live in fear on that. I mean, obviously I'm very capable of protecting myself, but with that being said, that you do just need to be careful, especially for neighbors, folks that maybe you don't quite know. For those of you who you just wouldn't want to cross that bridge. You don't want people to hone on you and to mark you on their map that this was a place that I'm going to go by. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that, buddy. But I have had people in conversation, friends of mine, and they're ex-military or whatever, and they'll say, I've got mental notes of who has the freedom seed stashes or the food stashes. They already know who they're going to approach in an SHTF situation, of who they're going to approach, and where to go if they need to acquire more items and things. So, not that they're going to start off being aggressive in any sense, but that sense of you're either with me or you're against me. And that's just kind of like because people have bragged about, oh yeah, I've got thousands of this and I've got thousands of that, trying to brag to people. Well, by you being such a bragger, you've kind of put yourself out there as a target. So, you know, just kind of take the humble approach that's what I'm trying to say. Just be humble about what you have. Take the humble approach. Don't put yourself out there. Hey, Patty, I see you jumping in there. Yeah, Patty works really hard keeping us updated with things. I hope y'all appreciate that. She works in the grocery industry. She always takes the time out and jumps in. So I appreciate Patty for doing that. I appreciate my moderators. You guys are always on here. You guys are always jumping in comments. So yeah, my wife. But I appreciate you guys. The moderators do a fantastic job. They're always interacting, even on normal videos, jumping in comments and such. So appreciate it. Sometimes it takes a team, right? It takes a bunch of us. But what did I name the title of this video? Preppers United. Is that what I named it? Preppers United. And that's what I kind of wanted to focus on tonight. Just a united front. I didn't have a specific like a ranting topic or something, but sometimes it's nice just once a week. We get on here, we can joke around, we can have some fun, we can ask some questions, hopefully answer some questions. I haven't seen Glenn back on here. I hope we didn't lose Glenn. Did we answer your questions, Glenn? But we do try to answer questions. We try to include people. We try to respect people. Yeah, exactly, Leah. Yeah, let's go bully someone who has the pew pew seeds, right? Yeah. So yeah, there is kind of like an ironic twist to that. I mean, I get that. I see what, So I think again that comes down to people just running their mouth, and so it could be someone running their mouth on this side and then somebody running their mouth on this side, and we'll see when the SHTF who puts their money where their mouth is, right? That's what the saying is, putting your money where the mouth is. So. Yeah, but it's a good chance. Let's see, Eric. Best to have a close group in your community, but it's always bad to advertise. Do the gray man. Exactly, Eric. That sums it up. Just be the gray man. Try to blend in. Try to do the stuff. Let me see here. That top one here.
This one.
Candace.
Mm-hmm.
Hey everyone. Hey Jerry. Hope you are well and your plants are well too. We got a frost. And I lost and had to replace a bunch of my garden. Ah, Candace. Oh, I hate to hear that. Yeah, I guess that's part of the risk this time of year. You just never know. Tonight, we actually have this front coming through. And it's been windy. And it's not going to get freezing, but just that cool temperature kind of coming back in here through Tennessee, which it's going to be nice tomorrow. So I'm going to enjoy that. But I mean, I hate to hear that. Wow, yeah, you put the extra hard work in. And that's what gardening and stuff, I've been talking about those cucumber beetles. And they love the squash plants. That's the first thing they go after. And I know Dave had his garden decimated, his squash plants decimated by something. And I think it's those beetles. Those things aren't messing around. Yeah, Jeffrey says, gray man for sure. Absolutely, Jeffrey. Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, I've been fighting those beetles, and a lot of you have given me some good ideas and tips. We've got a little bit of those sticky trap things on order. They should be here this weekend. And I'm going to try a couple little things. And I hate to start spraying any type of sprays if I can help it. So just pray, and I'm trusting that some of these things that'll help kind of cut back on them, I think. Jane Doe is in the house. May without a nice crisp snow is not May. That's right. Hey, you can't trust May. May will bite you, so you got to be careful. You kind of roll the dice. Do I put the plants out there? I'm fortunate because mine have been in those 5-gallon buckets, so I can bring those either up on the covered deck, or if I have to, I'll bring those suckers in the house, and we'll protect what I can. If we had a one more freeze coming through, but I think here where I'm at, we're doing pretty good. So, yarn prepper, I did not. I wanted to do that on a video. So I'm thinking, which I'm glad that I'm thinking of this too. My younger kids are coming into town, and they'll watch this video sometimes. I don't even know if they're on right now or not, but they're coming into town tomorrow. Flying in tomorrow, and they'll be here with me for 5 weeks. So I'm super pumped up about that. So I thought, what a great opportunity. I'll have them help me test taste some Keystone. Wouldn't that be fun to do? Mm-hmm. And have them, they do a fun little video that they like to do, and we'll probably bring that up if I get them on the video with me, and I know they will. And I think we need to have a taste test, see how they think. Maybe, I don't know, let's break up a couple cans of Keystone. Let's try a couple things. Let's mix it up. I might even have them try that tiger sauce. What do y'all think? Put a little of that tiger sauce on some Keystone and fire that up. Yeah, make tacos. Maybe we can have a cooking with the kids video or something, but definitely to taste test some of the preps. The focus on things that we haven't tried yet. I bought them, haven't tried them yet. So let's see what else I've missed here. Hey, Nick, yeah, do you have a bug out bag or would you plan to bug in? Nick, that's a great question. Yeah, I haven't made a recent video. It's an older videos that I've made. I have a bug out bag, but I kind of call it my get home bag because I do plan on bugging in. And it's a get home bag that allows me to get home, or if I need to go get a family member to get them home. Does that make sense? Like if I work close to home, but if another family member, my wife or somebody, they're stuck out far, a little farther away. I was gonna say further. I'm getting all these accents from living in the South. All these different Southern accents. So they're working on this Yankee, but it can be a bug out bag. There's enough little gear and things in there. But yeah, I do plan on staying in at home and as long as I can, if that's SHTF hits the fan. Yeah, evacuation bag type thing. I just feel like being at home, you already have the comfortability of your house. You have your food supplies that there's just no way you would be able to take them with you. You have the four walls around you. So by having the four walls around you, you have that sense of security. And you like that too, Nick, that idea? Thank you. But yeah, that would be my preference. Now, if I had to bug out, I mean, we could. I actually have I don't know if it's called like a laundry bag. It's like a big bag with a string on it. I've got one of those like right next to some of my preps. If I had to, like my long-term preps, like my freeze-dried stuff and things, I could just dump that stuff right into a zip bag, big laundry bag with a string. That thing, toss it in the car. So there's some things that I've kind of put in place because we've talked about the fires. If you remember out west, remember all the fires they had. Sometimes they had minutes to get out of the house. They didn't have a choice. They couldn't bug in. They had to bug out. Sometimes you're forced to bug out. So with me saying that I would stay in, you have to still consider you might be forced to bug out against your will. You have no choice. There's no plan B. You got to get out. So I'm trying to remind myself of that as I'm prepping and leaving things and items where I can do a quick grab and go if needed. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah. Mama Kay, that's my mom. Hey, Mom. The jig is up. I just disclosed you. Tell about the squash harvest and supper last night. That was they wanted to know about my squash harvest. So anyway, you saw my squash, right? It had the warts on it, the bumps, right? Somebody had said, hey, just take a potato peeler and just peel that stuff off. Just get the tough skin around it. I may have let it stay on the vine a little too long, so they said just kind of get rid of the outside. Once I did that, cut it open, gutted it, all the seeds and the gooey stuff out of there, and chopped it up, tossed it, first got the frying pan, tossed in some of that avocado oil, put some sesame seed oil in there, then tossed up the squash, some onion, some mushroom. I got the portobello chopped up mushroom in there, and then add a little soy sauce, some salt, pepper, a little butter. And then in the other pan had that chicken, same kind of thing, making a hibachi. So we made a nice hibachi dinner last night. And the fam said they loved it. They were giving me a 10 out of 10. They said if I would have made some fried rice with it, they would have gave me an 11 out of 10.
I gave you 11.
So, so it turned out pretty good. It was a good tasting squash. I was super happy about it. One thing that I've been finding out, I do not have any pollinators. No bees, no honeybees. I have this carpenter bee who likes to fly around and watch me and look at what I'm doing, and then he flies away like every day. I see it. He's probably living in my deck somewhere. I don't know. I can't find where just one carpenter bee, but he doesn't pollinate. So I have no pollinators. So I have to go every morning now because I did it. I self-pollinated with the squash that we ate last night because I was practicing. I was just wanted to learn how would I self-pollinate. Well, that's why it grew. Well, no other squash had been growing. And I couldn't figure out. I'm like, well, why? They would just grow a little bit and they'd die and wilt up and fall off the vine. And I found out it's because there's no pollinators. So now I've been going out every morning and finding that male flower and then going over to the female flower with the little Q-tip. Or they taught me how to take the male flower and get the leaves back and pollinate it myself. I actually felt kind of weird. I'm sitting here messing with the flowers. It's like I feel like I'm invading the squash's personal space. But that's what I saw. I was reading about it. I saw it on YouTube. So I've been pollinating. So sure enough, the new squash, just like the previous one, they're all sticking. They're all starting to grow now. So the cucumber plants. Oh, Kayla says I do the cucumbers too, just in case the bees mess up. Okay, so Kayla, I'm trying to do the cucumbers, but it's so small. Who, me gets distracted? I guess I got distracted on something. A squirrel. I get off all these tracks, man. You have to reel me back in. Throw a line, throw a lifeline. But yeah, the cucumber plants, they just seem like I don't know if it's going to work because it just seemed like everything's just so. I'm working with tiny area, so I'm just like, man, I wasn't planning to do all this, and then I'm fighting off, all these beetles coming and attacking me, and they're flying and hovering around, and I'm killing them and swatting them and getting rid of them, and I'm just like, man, I just wanted to plant some seeds and let these things grow, add some water, and let them do their thing. I didn't know I was going to be doing all this. So pick up or plant some pollinator plants and put together an insect hotel. Quit mowing the lawn and the pollinators will return. Glenn is talking to me.
He's trying to post it, but I can't.
We can't find it?
We can't find it.
All right,
I keep looking.
If y'all, for some reason, we're not, let's see. I see Glenn, let's see, at Lorna P. I was hoping to have him address my question before I put anything else out there. I'm scrolling up. I'm looking for the question, Glenn. Maybe if everybody starts asking his question. Yeah, it's not for lack of trying, brother. Glenn, I promise you. If somebody helps me out, if you see Glenn's question, somebody throw me a lifeline. Yeah, we're trying to find it. Yeah, Glenn, the only question I saw was you were asking about the Thrive, and everybody was saying that, yeah, they use that brand. So, yeah, man, if you got another, you're not messing with me, are you, Glenn? Because we're here to help. I promise. Yeah, I am. If I see a squirrel, man, I'm on that. I'm chasing that squirrel. I'm ready to. I'm like, squirrel, boom, there I go. And I see, and then part of it too, there's other conversations going, which I love, by the way. So I can show, for some reason they were hiding Jeffrey's thing, but show that. Oh, good. Thank you, moderators. Yeah, Jeffrey said neem oil and dish soap for the beetles. Okay, I'm going to have to break down and start spraying something then. It's not like I'm keeping them under control, but it's like, where do they keep coming from? It's just like, is there a factory that makes cucumber beetles? I mean, where do they keep coming from? They just keep showing up. I keep eliminating them, and they just keep showing up. Where are they coming from? I mean, there's no farm around here. I mean, I guess they just live in the woods, and they're just like sitting there munching on oak trees, and all of a sudden what's that smell? Oh, it smells like someone's got squash. That's our favorite. And quick, tell all of our friends, and then the word spreads throughout the forest. and all the beetles just start coming to the House of Prep's porch, and they're coming, coming to get my squash. Jenny said, "Stupid squirrel is getting my tomatoes." See, thanks a lot. That's, yeah, yeah. Dave was in the forest, so I don't ask where do they come from. That's right. They're surrounding you, Dave. As soon as you put your garden out, they were like, feast time. Let's go get David's garden. But Jenny, the squirrels, I'm telling you, my tomatoes, they haven't produced any fruit yet. They're flowering, but I haven't seen anything. And I saw earlier, Jane Doe said something about kind of shaking the plant. That's true. I saw for like tomatoes, they said they'll self-pollinate, but sometimes they need to kind of be shook a little bit to self-pollinate. So what she was right on the money. I appreciate that tip, by the way. I see that was a long time ago, but I remember I saw you. I was chasing a squirrel, but I came back to it. So, yeah, Glenn, I don't know. I haven't seen you back on, Glenn. Did we answer your question, Glenn? If, like I said, don't throw that question back out at us if we didn't hit you on it. There's a lot of activity on here. So, yarn prepper. We ordered, it's something like a beetle bag, I guess. We're trying it first, but I have it screenshotted. The link you sent me, I've got it screenshotted. And I'm going to order that next, the one that you sent. So if this first thing we have doesn't work, then I'm going to get the one that you said. Yeah, Jane says, well, you open a restaurant, but asking why consumers keep coming. Nah, that's true. That's what I did. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, and that's what we're creating. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, and the customers are not shy. They're coming. Yeah, I've seen squirrel out in our woods, so if they find out that my tomatoes are kicking in, I might have a problem. Miss T, how you doing? She said, I put water out in my flower garden for the rabbits to keep them from eating everything. And oh, wow, rabbits, yeah. See, like I said, my deck is like, okay, Glenn said he just posted it again. Yeah, we're looking, Glenn. I promise you, buddy. We're all looking. It's a team effort here. Look, we're not going anywhere tonight until we help Glenn. We're going to find it here. Yeah, I'm still scrolling, man. He did it 3 times. I see I'm scrolling back. He said he did it 3 times. For some reason, yeah, I'm scrolling, buddy. In caps. He said he did it in caps. I promise you we're trying diligently. I'm looking. Yeah, earlier I found he said he sent it 3 times in caps. I'm really trying. Scrolling here. I don't know. I don't know if YouTube. Usually, if YouTube blocks it, we'll see it, and we have a chance to, unless it's something that's a total no-no. So, I mean, I wouldn't think Glenn's asking something that's a total block question, but we're looking. Okay, yeah, Glenn said he's going to try to back out and then come back in. That's try that. Yeah, that's sometimes, that's funny, like anything with electronics. Somebody says, I can't get this thing to work. I'm like, well, have you tried restarting it? You know, and like, oh yeah, so. See, Yarn Prepper, whatever you use, do not post in your garden. Oh, really?
Please say they're fine.
Okay, so I'm willing to try both ways. I'll try it away. I'll try it. That's not working. I'll try it in. See, my deck is about 18 feet in the air. So they're coming from somewhere. I could put them out in the yard, I guess, down 18 feet down. But I mean, I don't know. It's a scent. They're following that scent
Maybe you need a shower.
from the. And I know I could get some netting, and I just don't want to deal with all that. But nothing from the cabbage family can get growing in the ground. Everything gets eaten. Yeah, Jane. So, yeah, Jane's experienced some of that. Sometimes you just have to figure your area out and you try things. And you just decide, is it worth, like, once I get through this year, let's see how many squash I end up with, right? Oh, yarn prepper, if you put them in the garden, it draws them to the plants. Oh, so the scent. Well, they recommended, and I don't know if it's a he or she, I apologize, I don't want to offend you. Yarn Prepper said that, like the one they recommended, it was made by Spectracide, and it has a scent to it. It draws it to them. Mm-hmm. So if it's a scented one...
What about the color?
Well, the color should be fine. If it's just a color yellow, that should be okay to put in the garden. But the scent is what's drawing them to the trap. Okay, so that's, if I get the one that you said, I'll make sure to put that down somewhere else. Down in, probably under the deck, but out towards the woods, maybe a little bit. Probably where the brick wall is. I have a really good brick wall right there. So that would work. And then Patty B, I planted mint, lavender, and marigolds in my garden. It keeps bugs and critters away. My wife did run and get some marigolds for me a couple days ago. So thank you, Patty. Yeah, we're going to try that. And that's making me think next year, like if I do raised beds out in the yard, I'm going to have a spot to do what you just said. And I will surround that red raised bed if I have to. CB said using a plastic owl, moving around the garden every few days. Hey, that's a great idea. I've seen that before. I've used that at work. Try keeping birds away from a certain area, and you have to move it around and things like that too.
Yarn Pepper.
My beetle bag has a floral sex scent. They actually have sex on the post and fall in the bag. We sit and watch them. That's hilarious. Oh, wow. Well, I can put that on my YouTube channel, right? Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. Man, what kind of traps are you using? What is that? Man, you're just not trapping them. You're messing with their minds. That's what.
There's Glenn.
All right, wait, we got Glenn. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Jerry, if you lose the channel on June 1st, what's your backup plan? Patreon, BitChute. Okay, June 1st. I have not heard this, Glenn. So I don't have a backup. So is there, with all seriousness, is there a problem coming up on June 1st? Like with YouTube? Or is there something going on I have not heard? A lot of times I'll watch a lot of other prepper channels, but lately I just haven't had the time. So if there's a word on the street, I haven't been privy to that information. Is there something going on? I've thought about having some kind of a backup platform. With me working like I do and just staying busy and with trying to garden and prep and then doing YouTube, what I as much as I can do. Let's see. Yes, a major one. Change of content rules. Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
got you. Okay. I wonder if that affects me with a lot of my content. You all have been around me a long time now, a lot of you, and I really don't delve into a whole lot of politics and news and all the stuff that's going out, the politically correct stuff. And do you all think that would affect my channel, do you think? Most of the time it's gardening, food. Let's talk about, prep. I know here and there, little spots of things we talk about. But I think for the most part, Yeah, it could. We are preppers. You're right. Yeah, I mean, if they label that as I'm in that category, you're right.
It's about monetizing your platform.
Yeah, about monetizing and things. Yeah, so they might try to demonetize me. Yeah, better be safe than sorry. Yeah, Glenn, I mean, that gives me food for thought. I guess their first step would be demonetizing me, and I guess I don't know if that would eliminate me, but it might. The good news is, I don't know. I don't know. I hate to lose you all. I mean, I've made you all great friends. I mean, would that would be horrible. Just one day they just, and it's like, oh. I mean, I've got a few of your all's emails where you guys have emailed me before, but I guess I'd have to label myself as House of Prep. And Dave's on Patreon. So I guess I might have to consider maybe starting a little Patreon account or something just to have a backup. So you guys would be able to, well, we can at least find Jerry over there, you know. So that's, Glenn, that's a good point. I guess I need to start considering that. I haven't even really thought about that. Lorna says, Jerry, will they take away your diet Pepsi stash? Hey, they've crossed the line, all right? That's too far.
It's about facial recognition, and if you allow that for you.
Oh, about facial recognition? Joy's kind of researching some things while I'm talking here. Like, I would have to allow them to have facial recognition of me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of already out there, so
You'll get an email Saturday about it.
I'll get an email on Saturday. Wow, this is all new to me. So what kind of danger am I running in with this facial next? Is it just yeah? Like I said, I'm not totally hiding myself. I mean, like I said, I think people that kind of half know what they're doing on the computer can probably figure out stuff about me already. So, you know, but I know that moving into the future, like Glenn said, if they start targeting people that are saying that, hey, you know, he's also a prepper, so it doesn't matter what he talks about, you know, he's going, you never know what rules, or we've seen that happen all throughout society. So social media, they just cut you off, you know, in a heartbeat, and you're blocked, you're gone. TG said Rumble is free. So there are some platforms out there. If I do jump on another platform, I'll definitely announce it and let you guys know that, hey, just so you guys know, I have a secondary something. So if something ever happened to YouTube, we could still meet together and do something somewhere else. I would love to get, yeah, glad everyone here is awesome. I'd hate to lose our group. So I mean, that is something seriously, I guess I'd have to consider for that sake of not losing the integrity of our group, to have a secondary backup at some point. Jenny said Patreon is good. So it's a secondary source. And I've seen other channels use Patreon. So that's something I need to consider. I need to consider doing that. So I'll let you all know. Oh, hey, Homestead Homeboy, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. And in fact, I'm going to put that towards a canner, because I've started, remember I told you my first step was going to be gardening. So I figured any super chats that I start getting starting today, moving forward, any super chats I get, that's going to go towards me buying a canner. You know, we all try to watch our budgets and things. You've already seen, I've already have canning jars, and I wanted to get my garden first, because remember, time is I have to balance time. I don't have time to do every single thing I want to do at the same time. This gardening thing with pollinating the flowers and fighting off the beetles and this and watering and that, it's taking extra time. So I figured, let me get through that first, and then my next step is the canning. I'd love to have extra tomatoes to can. That's the plan. So that's what my goal is. That's my next step on there. Homestead Homeboy, thank you. I appreciate that. So that's kickstarting me. I mean, I'm seeing what, 80 $80 on average for a good canner. Hey CK, good to see you. But I'm finding is $80, 80 to $100. Is that good to get a decent canner? I know Walmart has them. I saw them for about 80. Amazon's got them. I can find them on there. Yeah, some of you can't find Canon. My mom was talking. I was talking to my mom on the phone. I think she's still on here. Mom, did you find? I know you were looking for some wide mouth lids down in Florida, and she couldn't find any. I've been looking, and Mom, I can't find them. They're gone again. So I was hoping I was going to ship them to Florida from Tennessee, but I can't find the lids that she was looking for. I was trying. So, hey, Patty, thank you. Put this toward the bug critter plants, or you won't have tomatoes to can. I appreciate that. Now, what's my roadblock coming up for tomatoes? This isn't stuff that everyone tells you. We talked about all my obstacles with the squash that I'm dealing with and the cucumbers. So far, the tomato plants are doing great. But what is somebody not telling me? What's my curveball going to be for tomatoes? I just have a feeling. I have a feeling something's around the corner, and it's gonna take up some time trying to figure that out. Glenn said, Jerry, my first Keystone order should be delivered tomorrow. Great, Glenn. Yeah, get that Keystone, and I hope that you like it and everything. Definitely try it and see how you like it. Yarn Prepper, do you ever hand pollinate zucchini? Yes, that's what I was talking about earlier in the video. I do not have the pollinators. That could be my neighborhood's a new construction area. Bees may not just be attracted to our neighborhood as of yet. People are still just now planting flowers and plants, and so the bees I don't think are super integrated yet. So I am having to hand pollinate now. I didn't know that. My first squash, if you all saw my video of the squash that I had, that was me just practicing hand pollinating, and it worked on the very first round. But then nothing else was growing in my squash plants, and they were just shriveling up and falling off the plant. I'm like, well, what's going on? And it dawned on me, it's because there's no pollination. So yeah, can you get bees? Erica said. We've talked about that. I'm like, well, great. Now I'm adding, I'm going to be a bee herder. Is that, what do they call them? A bee. I'm going to herd me. I got my herd of bees. All right. I got a herd of them.
Keeper.
Yeah. I'm going to say, hey, bees. Woo! Woo-hoo! Now I'm just messing with my wife. So, all right. What did I miss? Which one? Jeannie? Mm-hmm. Have you tried mango Pepsi? You know, I saw that on the shelf. Bee herder. I saw the mango Pepsi on the shelf, but I wanted it to be diet. I didn't see the diet mango. But I saw the mango, and I'm like, so tell me, is that good? Did you try that? Because it caught my attention. Yeah, it's beekeeper. So I'm thinking, okay, great. So I'm doing gardening and all this stuff, and it's like I'm busy I'm fighting off the enemies to the garden. You know, I'm combating them. Yeah, I can lasso them. Yeah. So now I'm going to find myself, now I got to be a beekeeper. You know, look, all I wanted to do was plant the seed into some dirt, put a little water on it, and just reap the rewards. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to do all this extra stuff I'm doing. Hand pollination, fighting off beetles, you know, fighting off Mother Nature. Now I got to go herd some bees. You know, it's like, where's this stop? You know, all I want to get is a couple vegetables, you know, and all this time and effort. You look, I have a higher appreciation of farmers. And for you guys that are homesteaders and you have the big gardens, look, I have a higher appreciation for what you guys have learned and what you've done. I'm learning so much. My plants are still looking good. They're still alive. Everything's great. They're healthy. But it's work. And I've taken it to heart, and I've just focused on that. And that's why I was like, look, I'm going to be canning later in this year because I can't focus on that right now because I'm that's right. I got a rodeo bee wrangler, as Dave says. So I got stuff going on, man. I'm busy. But yeah, self-pollination. That's what I find myself doing now every morning. I go, all I want to do is go to work. I want to get up in the morning. I want to drink my Diet Pepsi, and I just want to go work my job. But now I find myself on the back deck trying to squish a few beetles and pollinate some plants before I go to work. Where did that come up? Where did that come from? Yeah. I didn't ask for this. Whose idea was it? Who was it that encouraged me to start gardening and to plant food? That's for the birds. I just want to go to the grocery store and I just want to buy my vegetables just like every other American. But I tell you what, guys, I'm learning a lot. Yeah. Oh, man. Whew. All right, I got to stop on there. You can tell it's getting later in the night when I just start going on these rants. Could you imagine if I stayed on here till midnight?
No.
My wife would tell you, she'd be pulling the plug. She'd be like, get him off now because he's going off the deep end. You know, you all would just be laughing. It'd be on then. One of these nights we'll do it though. We're gonna stay. We're having an all-nighter. Yeah. Don't squish the beetles, Jerry. That attracts more. What?
Oh, Lord.
No! Don't tell me that. CR, that can't be true. Don't squish the beetles because it's going to attract more beetles. Is that what I've been doing wrong? And that's why they just keep showing up? Ugh. A lady homesteading group I was in once. Whoops, scrolled out of here. Yes, it's true. Oh, I'm in trouble because I've got little dead beetle carcasses all over my deck. I thought I was setting an example for other beetles. Like other beetles come flying in and they see all their buddies just scattered across my deck. And they're just like, you know, little beetle antennas and legs just laying everywhere and wings. And they're flying in and they're just like, what death zone have I just gotten myself in? I'm getting out of here. And they're hitting back into the woods. That's what I thought I was doing. Great.
Everybody's agreeing that you shouldn't kill them. That's the problem.
That's what I've done wrong. A lady in a homestead group I was once in went off on everyone not referring to the cow as cattle beast. We all had a good laugh on that one. That's funny. Oh, my soul.
Look at Dave's.
Where's Dave's?
Just now.
Oh, it's popping up yet. The beetle zombie apocalypse is coming for you. Oh, man. I've done it. I can't believe it. Yeah, shoe beetles and herd beetles in front of the neighbors. Well, sometimes the neighbors are out on their decks, and I think they look over and they're like, what in the world is this guy doing? And I'm like, a beetle takes off. He goes, bzz, he's humming it. I'm out there swatting, trying to get him in the area. Like, you're not on my watch. All right, so I'm going to have to start just capturing them. All right, I'm going to get a Ziploc bag, and I'm going to fill this Ziploc bag up with beetles. I'm going to fill it, and I'm going to bring it here on YouTube. And I'm going to ship it to one of you lucky members. You guys will be getting a bag of cucumber beetles in the mail. No, I did not do the cheap Amazon tuna deal. I see all that people talking about that. But yeah, I've not done that. Chickens. And I have people say that, yeah, if you keep chickens right around your squash plants, they'll eat the beetles. So thanks, Dave. Now I have to be a bee herder. Now I have to be a chicken wrangler. And I have to have some chickens. I got the bees. And then, look, when do I get to go to work? You're turning me into a homesteader. And I don't have the land for it. knock them into a bucket of soapy water. That's a good idea. I just catch them and I'll just toss them into a bucket because I can catch them in my hands. And I've gotten pretty quick.
Them to the scent.
So I'm assuming the scent, like it sends off a scent. It's like, you know, I don't know, they're flocking to the rescue or something, and they're more determined than ever to eat my plants. It's like revenge or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so the chickens, like CK said, yeah, the chickens, I mean, yeah, my wife's over here like, oh, great. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Because she humors me with all this stuff that I'm doing, okay? So she's just over here like, oh, great. So, yeah, beetle bag is so much easier. So we have some, we have some methods. If I can catch them without squishing them, and like Yarn Prepper said, so we have some methods on the way. And we need to focus on these because my methods are not working, evidently. The cicadas in your yard, CB. Yeah, somebody was telling me, Dave was telling me his chickens were having a feast. And if y'all need any chickens, you need to get with Dave because he raises them and he sells them to people in his neighborhoods and his area. They'll drive and they say, hey, we need some chickens, and they'll just pick up some chickens from Dave. So if y'all need some chickens, hook up with Dave. But he said they just feast on those cicadas. And I was like, man, that's free chicken feed, right?
Somebody's telling us we need cows now.
Someone says I need a cow?
Eric.
Eric, cow? Okay.
Help fertilizer.
The help with the fertilizer? All right. So I am in a homeowners association. So as soon as I add the beehives, I become a bee wrangler. And I add the chickens. I have some cows.
Baby goats.
Might as well get the goats, right? Might as well get some baby goats running around. And we'll see how long it takes for my name to come up in the next homeowners association meeting. Or if I get that little letter in the mail. It says, Jerry, you have to
Dave's last comment.
get one of those electric tennis rackets and fry them.
Tell him about your story about that.
About what?
That you electrocuted yourself with one.
One of those rackets?
That's your mom's.
Oh, yeah. We were doing, this has been a few Christmases back. My mom has one of those electric racket things. And so somebody's got me on video doing this, okay? I was like, yeah, hold it up. And I started doing tap punches it. And it went, just sparks flew everywhere. It was pretty cool. Somebody's got it on video. One of my family members has that. So maybe we can get that and put that in a video one day. Get a goat? All right. I could let it run around the house. We could get a couple potbelly pigs. I feel like back when I was a kid visiting all my family in Kentucky.
We were at Green Acres.
Yeah, we were in Somerset, Kentucky, and visiting some family, and they had potbelly pigs running around, and that was country right there. So I got some country in my roots. Just like the song I was singing at the beginning is, hey, if you missed the beginning of this video, make sure you watch the beginning of it later. Or not. Yeah, potbelly pigs, man. That's what we need. We need them running around. Yeah, Candace says, I need to get a book, The Backyard Homestead. You can do a lot with a little. And I believe that. And like I said, I'm on a new journey, and I'm learning a lot of new things. And yeah, CB said bunnies are easier, quiet, and I'm all up for that. But I got to start making decisions on some of these things. Like I said, like earlier, I chase squirrels. So earlier we were talking about squash plants. So next year, I'm going to decide, do I want to deal with the squash plants and the cucumber? Do I want to deal with that family of vegetables next year? Let's see how I finish off this year. I want to finish strong, but then I'm going to make a choice on that. Hey, good night, CK. Good to see you. I know you got to go to bed. Yeah, CK stays super busy. I appreciate so much anytime she stops in up there from Canada. So I love having our Canadian friends jumping in. So Here since the beginning. Since the beginning. So, Jane Doe says, look into companion plants. Look, that's awesome advice because I need to do anything I can to make things a little easier for me. So, yeah, CR's throwing in all the animals we need. So okay, some squash are more resistant to the beetles. I do the yellow squash, and from what I'm researching, it sounds like they're pretty resistant. Because I haven't even talked about this, but they get they lay their eggs in the soil, and the larva starts eating the roots, and we haven't even crossed that bridge yet. So yeah, I can Google the companion plants. That's probably what for looking towards next year. Now that I'm learning all this, that it's a little bit more work on some things than just putting a seed in the ground and watching it grow and reaping the harvest every day, and not having to do any other maintenance work to them. And I'm going to be looking into the more of the companion stuff, but that's what this year was about. This is what we're doing. Leah, so far I have not saved any seeds. That's something that as the season goes, I might go ahead and try to save them. I have not ever done that before. This was my first year growing things from seeds. We got them 4 packs for $1 at the Dollar Tree, and great price. And so far, it's worked and working well. But that's what this year was about, and learning this stuff, dealing with the obstacles as they start presenting themselves to me. Okay, now I got to learn this, and my wife's throwing furniture around. So, let's see, a few marigolds. Yep. So the marigolds could be a game changer. Like I said, we just got those. We have not repotted them yet, and we're going to spread those around. So yeah, planting them right in the bucket. I might do that. So it's coming up with that. What I'm learning this year and taking that into next year to better make things easier, make it better. Yeah, exactly, Mom. It's better to learn now than waiting till the emergency. Could you imagine me trying to do all this when an SHTF situation? No, it's too late then. Now's the time to learn. So let's see.
Do that.
Which one? I put a few marigolds in with the tomato plants. Is that the one? Yeah, that's what.
Actually, put it in there.
We could try it. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm all for it. Yeah, Nick, that's what I was. I again probably chased the squirrel. Started to say I had gotten a couple super chats on here, and I said just that reminded me any super chats I get that's going towards a canner, because that was my first step, was to grow what I could grow. I think the tomato plants, I've got a lot of tomato plants. So unless there's something on the way that's going to eat them or kill them or destroy them or whatever, I should have a lot of tomato plants. So I'm wanting, because we all here really enjoy tomatoes and you can do a lot with tomatoes and things. My goal is by the end of the summer, I want to have a canner. I've already got some jars that I bought earlier in the year before they were hard to find, and get a canner. And let's see, someone also reminded me, I'm going to stop this real quick so I can see it. But I do want to get a canner, and I really want to have enough vegetables I want to can. Leah had said, did you see my comment about using KT tape on the stems of the squash plants? Oh, did not know that.
I took a screenshot for you.
Okay, my wife grabbed a screenshot. Thank you. So yeah, I love advice. That's what I love about our group. We always get so many good comments and so much. Believe it or not, I learned so much from you guys. I mean, this is a two-way street. You know, I always say it's the gold nuggets. For anybody that watches these videos, it's the gold nuggets. If you just always go back and read things, sometimes I have to, because this thing flies by. I can't read them all fast enough. Like CB just said, Presto Canner, $70 to $80. So that's good to know. So that's a good range for me. A good goal is if I reach $80, then it's a done deal. I got it. So, yeah, jars are a bit hard to find. Yeah, luckily I grabbed some jars and they come with the lids and everything, so I've got enough to get me going now. Yeah, Nick want to can your own salsa next year. Yeah, that'd be sweet. So that's what I'm saying with tomatoes and stuff, man. You can do so much. Yeah, do a notebook. Yeah, CB. Yep. Roll King. Yeah, Jenny. I'm sure she's watching this, but Mom, if you're watching this, go to Roll King. They're in Florida. They should have a lot of canning stuff, is what they're saying. But I need to keep track of stuff. People think they will can and dehydrate, but often burn down. All right, my wife's out of here. See you, Joy. Okay, covering your plants. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we were kind of talking earlier. And I was like, I guess I could buy something to cover them. And, I hated to get into that part of it. I was hoping to maybe capture them and some other little tricks. So, but if I have to, you know what? And see, but that makes me think next year, if I'm doing the raised beds outside away from the deck, I might just go straight to covering them. Especially if I'm self-pollinating, because I don't have to worry about the bees getting to them, right? I just go out there, do my duty in the morning, and cover them back up, and let the water and the sun get to them, and we're good. No beetles then. Yeah, Jane. Yeah, if I can find one for cheaper, I want to jump all over that. So I've got a little time. Like I said, more towards the end of summer is when I'm planning to start canning. Check for estate sales. Okay, yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea. I check. Actually, my in-laws, they love going to estate sales. So I'll just tell them, hey, look for me for a canner, a good canner. And they own one, so they can. So they'll know. I just like, just find me one that's a good cheap price, and I'll give you the money for it. And done deal. I like that. See, brainstorming here. That's what this is about. Walmart had them for $30. Wow. Yeah, that'd be insane. All right, what time is it here? Everybody's starting to go to sleep on me. My own wife left me. Oh, it's after 9. See what happens here? I get ranting, man. We get going crazy. So if the hornworms eat all your tomato leaves, but there's still the fuzzy covering on the main stalk, consider watering that grew leaves because I forgot to throw it away. Okay, well, so far nothing has been eating on the tomato plants. Nothing, not a nibble. So I'm hoping and praying that I'm already spending so much time on the other ones. I'd like to see those thrive. All right, guys. Well, I've had a lot of fun. This is how whoa, just went reconnected on me. So I'm doing videos throughout the week, and I see you in the text messages, and I try to reply and stuff. I like doing this. This kind of gives us a little more back and forth. So, yeah, Dave, thank you for reminding. If you don't mind, if you haven't subscribed to the channel before, subscribe. Or if you've never hit the little bell, you'll get reminders. Sometimes YouTube doesn't give you the reminders, even though you're subscribed. Hit that little or that bell. But thumbs up. Now, last week, somebody said, hey, Jerry, how do I do the thumbs up button while you're reading the chat? Well, unfortunately, in some devices, you have to hit the X button just where the chat is. You have to hit the X button just where the chat is to close the chat, so it'll reveal the thumbs up and thumbs down button. So then you can hit the thumbs up button. And then if you need to go back into the chat, you have to actually go to the little button for the chat, and it'll pull the chat back up. But now's a good time because I'll be getting off, so that way if you don't have to figure out how to get back in the chat, you can just get out, hit the thumbs up button, and figure out how to get back in the chat. You can just get out, hit the thumbs up button, and we're good to go. So appreciate you guys. Yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight. Love the laughs. it's good for the soul. It's good to laugh. It's good to kind of just get away from life for just an hour, have some fun, get to hang out with some friends. And I consider a lot of y'all my friends. I appreciate it. But you all have a great weekend coming up, right? A lot of fun stuff going on. I plan on at least having one video through the 3-day weekend. I'm off on Monday, Memorial Weekend. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for being a part of this channel. And you guys keep prepping, but enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your family time. Have some laughs. Make some memories. Okay?